the one valuable piece that I've learned to garner from a woman, that I've appreciated garnering from a woman, is that moment of vulnerability to where I could sit the armor down, sit the shield down, put the hammer down, and just be a baby. Like me, I'm a cuddler type shit. Like real talk. Little spoon preferably. But you get it how you get it. It's those things that men aren't too vocal about because we tend to keep it inside of our house. You cool for desiring that. Like, I don't know who told us that we had to be this, it's a challenge going around where your girl put the camera on you while you hugging her and you kind of push her off type shit. Like, that's a real challenge because in essence, if you break it down and really get in there, it's trying to protect that masculine energy that we've been forced to put to the forefront. If I cannot sit that shit down when it comes to my woman, you're not my woman. And I mean that.
But through how I internalize that, I've been guilty of not being as vulnerable to women because I would hate if I am vulnerable to you and then you weaponize my vulnerableness back to me. And that's what I'm afraid of. Because I take pride in providing.
For sure.
I take pride in nurturing. I take pride in protecting. When that is something that you see, that you witness, and then that I'm going over and beyond how I may think, and it's not good enough to you because you may see some jewelry, you may see some shoes, you may see a car, and you like, I want that. I know you have the means to get that, so why don't I have that? What you said is, I trick in other ways. I trick with needs. I don't too much trick for wants. There's nothing that I couldn't have. It's just delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. It's, maybe if your favorite designer is Chanel, or if your favorite designer is the comfort fit in Target, that's what I'm going to get you because I study you. I think oftentimes a lot of men are able to verbalize that our greatest fear is when we do put our shield down, when we do put our helmet down, when we do put our sword down to the world and we become vulnerable to someone. That vulnerableness is now thrown back at us. That's why you so sensitive.
I feel you.
It's happened.
I feel you, and I think the thing about it is you speak and voice a fear that 99% of men got these days. And not even these days, but before the dawn of time. And it's the idea, I like to think of it like this. If you cannot have that space, Cam, that is not your woman. Do you feel like you have that space in your current relationship? Could you say, baby, I'm hurting, or baby, I'm not okay?
Yeah, that's very triggering words because I'll tell you why. Yes, I have that space. I've had that space before, but you don't know until something bad happens.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like I've been vulnerable with multiple women outside of, the mother of my children.
For sure.
But the common denominator is when you are triggered and I am triggered, what also are you willing to do to trigger me?
Absolutely.
And you have to take that into consideration. A lot of people are falling in love with the best version of them.
Correct.
When I'm saying fall in love with the most undesirable version of yourself. If you still choosing me when, dang, baby, I messed up again. Dang, baby, you just did something that I just told you not. All right, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Those ugly moments, like we fall in love with the front side of the closet that is the Gucci, the Louis, the Fendi, the Hermes. But I'm like, man, go through the back. Go, what them demons at? What them skeletons at? What them skull bones at? Huh? And you got insecurity issues. Baby, you don't know how to communicate. Baby, you don't know how to go make no money. Baby, you don't know how to, operate. You got a splurging problem. You in debt, baby. We gonna fix that. But in order for us to fix that, we got to be pulling in the same direction.
Absolutely.
It's going to take time. But with that time, if you got me, I got you.
Facts.
Not when it's la da 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 da, we out here outside. Like, no.
Could we speak on some shit? Because you bring up a great point, man. You right, and I think that's why I said earlier, I love the arguments. Because it's easy to see who a person is when y'all in a beach and board.
Oh my goodness.
It's easy to see a motherfucker happy and smiling and they loving you because of this. Once trouble arises, and I'm heavy on it, I'm heavy on the idea that the problem with this world today is not that we stay too long. The problem is not that we cannot understand if somebody's for us or not. The problem is we stay too long when we know they're not. My woman would not throw some shit in my face that I've given to her. Vulnerability or not. If I told you this, it should be a safe space, bar none. If I tell my woman, I don't like the way you're talking to me, she should change her tone. Because that's what a relationship is. It's a forever compromise. And I think you brought up a crazy perspective. When we get to pulling them bones and people fall flat on their face and you broke and you ain't got this and you ain't got that, the sad part about this reality, this day and age, it's easier for a man to hang around in those moments than it is for a woman.
Talk about it.
So if we being honest, and I think it was a lot of what I went through, I think the hurt came from knowing I wouldn't have done you like that. The hurt came from knowing I had every opportunity to pick better, and I picked you at your lowest, who you were. You had nothing when we met. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, I'm not speaking my relationships. I'm speaking for hundreds and thousands of relationships that's out there listening. I think, in my opinion, and it's just me being honest, love is more transactional from a woman's end than it is a man's end. And it honestly should be something that should be studied because we're labeled as these providers. You always gotta have this much money. It always seems like you competing with the best version of yourself at all times. Instead of being judged from this humanistic standpoint, I'm gonna ask you, in a relationship, in a marriage, in whatever it is, what else does a man get other than love? What other reason is he there? Because I truly love you. It's the same reason we be like, a man can pick a woman that work at McDonald's. And he a millionaire. You fall in love with who you fall in love with. But vice versa, could it work in the same effect?
I want to say something real quick because I've been guilty of doing this in a way where being, some would say misogynistic to the degree of explaining what a man wants, what a man needs, what a man, genuinely cares about. But as you were talking about certain things, I found myself also being held accountable to what her non-negotiables were too. And I think in any healthy dynamic, as adults, you have to be able to communicate even during frustration. And I always say what I do, but also not mentioning enough what she is allowing or what she is not going for, what she ain't, because she checked me all the time. All the time. She has a very strategic way of going about certain things, just like I have a strategic way about going about things. And I think in that dynamic, which is sacred, that we don't share certain things. Like we are very much, hey, we talking, let's talk. No tweet, hold on, baby. Mommy and daddy got to get some straight now. Hey, Cho, oh, no. Close that door. Caesar, close that door. We got to talk real quick. And it's not a dictatorship in a relationship. It's a, tell me how you feel, I'm going to tell you how I feel, and how do we move forward.